What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I am host JT, and my coach is my dad.
Hey JT, what's up?
Well, I think you guys can tell something's a bit different.
yeah. A little different. We're adding a little pizzazz here.
Yes, we have a custom logo, as you can see, 49ers Helmet to Helmet podcast.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be like the new format from now on.
looking good. I think. We want to shout out thanks to Chuck and AI for this fantastic looking logo. Yeah, put some pizzazz into this thing. I'm liking it.
What don't forget, like,
And subscribe.
cue the intro music. So, on Saturday, the 49ers beat the Packers 24-20 in the divisional round.
Woohoo! Yeah, that's great, huh?
Yep.
It wasn't pretty though.
Yes, it was very scary, and it was pretty ugly to see sometimes.
Yeah.
And some bad things came out of the game, like Debo Samuel getting injured. He injured his shoulder. It could have been the same shoulder that kept him out for 2 weeks, I believe, this season.
Yeah, it did. So, yeah, the Packers lost to the Niners 24-20. Too close from my tastes. But it was not a perfect game at all. Right?
And a reason why it was not perfect was maybe because of Brock Purdy, because he struggled with the wet ball and it was raining a lot in the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. You know the whole wet ball thing with Cleveland and everything. It was lingering in the background all this time, and then the rain forecast came, and it was going to rain on game day, and it was coming down pretty good all the morning of the game, during the game. So it was a big test, and we did see that in the beginning. Purdy had a glove. He was wearing a white glove on his throwing hand. I was like, oh, well, he's doing something about it. That's great. Unfortunately, I guess it didn't start off well, right?
Yeah.
His throws were off a little bit, or a lot of bit, and he said later on after the game that he decided to take it off at the next drive because the rain slowed. So, what do you think about that?
I think he has to improve a lot because there's going to be a lot more rain games coming up in his career, and I don't want him to always struggle with that. So he's going to need to practice it a lot.
Yes, definitely. But what I don't know about the glove. I'm like, I don't think he's used to wearing gloves a whole lot, and it seems like he prefers not to wear it because as soon as he could not wear it, he took it off. So I think his preference by far is no glove. So like you said, bucket of water, uh, you know, 50 throws with wet balls every practice. This cannot be his kryptonite. Water cannot be his kryptonite.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. So Purdy came through at the end. Got to give him some credit for that. He had some good throws here and there, but he was off on some of those throws, right? Like
Yeah.
McCaffrey and Uke and Kittle and Jennings, high or whatever it may be. It was out of reach. So unlike Purdy. So, do you think maybe it was the pass rush too that kind of gave him a little something?
No, I think it was just a wet ball and he's not used to throwing with the glove.
Yeah. So I think he does need to practice with wet balls. It's gonna happen. Postseason usually is in the winter. I mean, it's always in the wintertime, which means the most important games, the do or die games, could be in harsh weather, be it snow or rain. All right. So you were talking about Debo too. That is a big story, huh?
Yeah, because we're gonna need him for our Super Bowl run. We're gonna need all the players we can get, and he's a big part, of our offense. And if he's like gone from our offense, we're not that as good an offense as we usually are. Because in the Packers game, when Debo went down, offense was really bad because I think Shanahan didn't have a plan if Debo went out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it was really Debo centric, where it was focused on Debo, just like that Cleveland game too. He put a lot of his eggs in that basket, the Debo basket. And once Debo was not in anymore, Shanahan looked like he was kind of lost of what to do. Where's the innovation there?
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey is out, so that was not good for him. His two main players that he uses the most.
You mean for Cleveland?
Yeah,
That game, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's tough. I can see, but if only Debo goes out, you still have a lot of weapons on the offensive side. Debo did leave in the first quarter, pretty early, but he did look great. Even what PFF grades, he was the highest I think in offense.
on 9 snaps though.
9 snaps, but you could tell it was going to be a good game for him. He was breaking tackles and everything, looking like Debo, but he was taking punishment too, right?
Yeah, this play style.
It is. He's that's what makes him special. Breaking tackles, taking on tackles and taking on all these hits. Four guys trying to get him down, and that's how he plays. But that can also get him hurt. They say it's his shoulder, right?
Yeah,
Do you think he'll be playing? I mean, he hurt so much that he couldn't play in the last game. But do you think he'll be able to survive and make it to this week's game?
yeah. I think he will play, but he just won't. He has many targets, and he won't be used as much because he's injured. He's gonna be used more as a decoy. I think.
Yeah, yeah, totally. There was the thought you had too about maybe putting in McCaffrey like in Debo's role.
Yeah, they're kind of the same players in a way because they can both play wide receiver and running back
Yeah.
at a really good level. And that run with Juwan Jennings, it was not good at all. And
Yeah.
the first play of the second half, and that's the first play you think of. And it should have been McCaffrey because he's a running back. That's his normal position. And instead of McCaffrey going out wide, it should have been Elijah Mitchell because he's also a running back. So it wouldn't be that much of a difference, I'd say.
So you're saying that Mitchell should be in the backfield and CMC can go out wide?
No, McCaffrey in the backfield,
McCaffrey in the backfield.
and then Mitchell out wide.
Mitchell outright wide. Oh, okay. You do
Yeah,
that too.
since it's gonna be a run anyway, so why not have our best rusher run?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Or yeah, you could do Mitchell in the backfield or Jordan Mason in the backfield and CMC can be wide receiver. You know, like I said, CMC is versatile too. And Mitchell's no slouch at running the ball. So I think there are possibilities, options to have, even though if Debo is not playing. Um, yeah, so I hope Debo plays. He was in pain enough to not play last game, and I thought if he could bear the pain that he would be out there, but he wasn't. So it must have been pretty bad. Luckily, there's no fracture. That was the big thing. X-rays were taken, and there was no fractures. So basically, it's probably more of a pain tolerance. So if they give him maybe some pain meds, that won't hurt so much, he might be able to get out there. Hopefully it doesn't make it worse though, because we need him for the long haul, aka the Super Bowl.
If we get there, of course.
Hey, of course we're gonna get there. Yeah. So, hopefully, like you said, Debo comes in and at at worst, he's a decoy and maybe gets limited carries, catches.
But in the Packers game, Dre Greenlaw he got 2 picks, one in the middle of the game, I think, and then one to seal up the game. But a lot of those, the picks, he didn't go down like it took a while for him to go down.
Maybe he should be running back.
Yeah, but he's not that
That's
fast.
what Shanahan was joking about in the press. Yeah, in the post game press conference. I think it was post game. Yeah, he was saying, "Oh, if you want it that badly, we could just put him in the offense." But yeah, he was running around. Okay, yeah, the first time he took the interception, I remember he was running around, and we were like, "Yeah, yeah," and he trying to make something out of it. He got caught after a while, but he was able to avoid tackles pretty well. The second time, the game clinching one. I mean, it was supposed to be game clinching, and then I remember I was going crazy. I was like, "Get down!" Probably like everybody else was yelling the same thing, even his teammates. Get down the ground! What are you doing? He's running for like 10 seconds. For what? I don't know. You get down, we're done. We already won the game. So
And then he blamed it on Fred Warner in the press conference.
yeah, yeah. He's joking, but I think he knows. He knows. He's a smart football player. He knows he was not supposed to. Situational football. He should know what to do. If something happens, he should know already. Plan it beforehand. If I intercept this, I'm going to go down. That's what he should have thought. But, anyways, thanks for Big Play Dre for clinching that and, shutting down Jordan Love and everything. So that was great. And Big Play Dre's back in the playoffs. That's great. So don't forget, Dre Greenlaw also had the other play, one of the plays of the game, and that was that 4th and 1. I think it was at our 14-yard line. Jordan Love went for the sneak.
I think it was just push, right?
No, they weren't doing a tush push. I think it was just a quarterback sneak.
Oh, I thought I saw players
Somebody
lined
pushing
up.
in the back. Maybe. Yeah, he went over the top, and Dre Greenlaw met him and stopped him, probably just by inches. So, big play. Big play again. Yep. Dre Greenlaw, MVP for this game on the defensive side, for sure.
But someone who's not the MVP of the defensive side,
The LVP, the least valuable player. The LVP
the
is?
MVP for the Packers is Ambry Thomas.
Oh, man.
2
yeah.
PIs.
2 PIs, yeah.
A 32 PFF grade.
The lowest of the whole team, I believe. That was pretty bad. Yeah. 32 is the lowest by far.
On 48 snaps.
And that's a lot of snaps from him. He's a starting outside cornerback, so I am so nervous, man. Ambry Thomas could have some good games, and sometimes he just has some really bad ones. And this was a real bad one. I mean, those PIs, one of them was 3rd and 15, remember? That was a 3rd and 15. We're like, oh, we got him. We got him now. And then the guy pretty much hugs the wide receiver.
Bo Melton.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was the easy flag. Oh, man, I hate PIs. Only when the Niners do PIs. I hate PIs. But if it's on the other team's defense, I'm cheering for that one. But that was terrible, man. So
Yeah, he was looking at the ball and he still decided to grab.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is probably the weakest point of this whole team. I'm nervous because we're going to go up against some pretty good receivers.
Well, I
next
think it'll
game.
be Trevor Shore versus Amon St. Brown, so we really don't have to worry about that one. But
How about
Jameson Williams.
James, that speedster, first round pick. That's he can get open.
Knock on wood, but he doesn't really do anything, honestly.
He hasn't done much, and I was a fan of him coming out of the draft, and he has not done much as of yet. And I hope he doesn't do anything for the rest of this season.
And I think these are your two favorite NFC teams, but we know who's number one, but I think number two would probably be the Lions.
I'm a fan of the draft picks, that's all. Love Laporta, Gibbs, Hutchinson, and St. Brown. Oh, yeah. And Williams. I like them all. Oh, my God. Am I a Lions fan? No. But I am a fan of the NFL and football in general. But, yeah. I'm not rooting for them this week for sure. All right. What else we got to talk about here for this game?
Jake Moody made a 52-yarder in the beginning of the fourth, but earlier in the game, at the end of the second quarter, his kick got blocked.
Yeah, that was a bummer. Right before halftime, right? Just a lot of people were complaining about Shanahan, why he was so conservative, why he didn't go for the touchdown or get closer. He played so conservative so we could bleed the clock out, get the last score in, and not let the Packers have the ball again in the second quarter before halftime. He was maybe worried about that more than getting ahead and being a little more aggressive and scoring, either getting close for the field goal or going for the touchdown. Although our offense was kind of ugh at the time, but but it was blocked. And from what we heard, I think it was Greg Olson talking. He's like, usually the defensive linemen on the special teams would have to at least move 2 yards in penetration in to be able to put a hand up and block the kick. But it looks like they just jumped up. So what does that tell you, JT?
Um, that the kicks may be higher.
Yeah, it should be higher. Yeah, it was probably a low kick in the first place. So that's Moody's fault. On top of that, well, from the TV angle, the camera angle, it looked like it was going to be left,
Yeah.
but you never know. It could have hooked to the right, could have made it, but I think that one's on Jake Moody for such a low kick. So got one, missed one. I sure hope Moody gets a little bit more consistent here.
And then another kicker on the Packers missed a field goal late in the game, and that's Anders Carlson, another rookie kicker.
I didn't know there's so many rookie kickers in the NFL this year. Is that the guy from the Patriots, and
Chat
then
Riley.
a first year guy from the Cowboys? A lot of first year like type of kickers. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so he missed that one. That was how long was that one? 41. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was of course. Anytime a kicker would miss one, that's pretty lucky. That's kind of a gimme kick.
I mean, kickers we learned in the playoffs are very important. Like Tyler Bass, he missed a
Ah,
kick
yeah, for
against the Chiefs.
for Buffalo. Oh, I feel so bad for Buffalo. The fans, they keep getting their heart ripped. We had our hearts ripped out before too, but Buffalo just seems like it happens too often. Yeah, that could have been a winner, but no chicken dinner. Oh well. All right. Yeah. So that Carlson field goal helped helped a lot to kind of help us seal this game up.
And then the Niners defense, I thought played pretty well because if you hold a playoff team to 20 points in in the playoffs, then I think you did a pretty good job.
Uh huh.
But we didn't really do a good job against Aaron Jones. We allowed 100 yards, and that was the first time we allowed a 100-yard rusher since 2021.
Yeah, I think he gained 108 or something like that. He ran through us pretty well. It was pretty scary watching him carry the ball because he would just get like 6, 8 yards a carry. It was just how did they make it look so easy when CMC was having a hard time, gaining here and there. He had a good game too, but Aaron Jones was just blitzing through our line, and it, Cleveland Farrell is a good run defender on the opposite of Bosa on the end. Um, and we're totally missing him, and too bad he's out for the season. He got put on IR. Um, now Chase Young or Randy Gregory on the other side. Um, Armstead came back, but maybe he was rusty or something. I mean, he hasn't played for how long? 6 weeks or something like that, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's chalk it up to rust. I hope because you were hoping that with his return, that our run defense would get back to where it was in the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, but clearly it's gonna take a while. Maybe it's a while, but
Yeah. Hopefully, this kind of was a warm up of this game, and Next game, it'll be much better.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, yes.
facing two, I, I think different types of running backs. David Montgomery, I think is a power back, and Jameer Gibbs, he's very quick, so he's an elusive back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
And Kyle Shanahan came back from down 7 points in the fourth quarter, 21-14, and now he is 130 and down 5 points. And he chose a great time to break the streak.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you guys are wondering, like that, if like it was 21-17, sorry, and yeah, it's 4 points obviously, but in the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was 21-14, so 7 points.
A 7 point deficit at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So we did have a over a 5 point uh, deficit, and that's the data that they were using. The statistic that Shanahan never won a game when he was trailing by 5 or more points in the fourth quarter, and he was in this one. So Brock Purdy, fourth quarter comeback, game winning. He got it, check, and also Shanahan finally got his first win, come from behind. So, yeah, there was he trusts Purdy so much. He threw the ball so much. Really, when it should have been more of a rushing attack. CMC was fresh with all 3 weeks of rest. Uh, the Packers defense was the weakness was the run defense. Yet we ran 24 times and I believe passed it 39 times. So hey, Shanahan has a lot of trust in Brock Purdy, even though he was having a bad game, a not so good game. So I think that bodes well. I think that's a great thing for Shanahan to have that much trust in Brock. And so you know that he's very likely going to be the quarterback of the future. So, anyways, so I remember some of the throws that Purdy made, and Ayuk made some good catches. A couple of like the diving catch. That was like 3rd and 9, I think.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that was a good throw because it was a very tight window.
Oh yeah. And then how about that low one? Remember that low one where Ayuk had to
Oh
reach
yeah,
down almost at the ground to catch that? Oh, Ayuk did only had I think 3 catches in the game, but they were very clutch. Um, remember how about Jawan Jennings? I want to give a shout out to that guy. He did pretty good.
yeah, 3rd and 1, but he was by far, I think, the best receiver in this game.
Yeah,
I would say better
agree.
than Kittle as well. He was very clutch, came in big moments.
You said third and Jawan. I saw that 4 out of his 5 catches were for first downs. So that guy, that guy came through. So go Jawan, that was great. Keep it up. We're gonna need you down the stretch too. Um, looking at some of the other players, Lenore had a great game, right? He had
Yeah,
a pass breakup and a run stop and against Aaron Jones, and he had that great shove of Jordan Love. Shove the love. That's the play.
yeah, and I didn't hear his name, so he's pretty shut down.
Yeah. So yeah, he's great. Lenore's having a good postseason here too.
Um, the D line didn't get any sacks,
Ugh,
unfortunately.
what a bummer.
And you told me that they were only doing bull rush
Well,
moves.
a lot of bull rush, so just straight in, at the offensive lineman. No trickery, no stunts, right?
That could be it, like to keep it contained.
It could be, yeah. That's what they did with some other, like maybe Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, but Love is not much of a mobile quarterback. I mean, he can move, but he's not going to be uh, rushing and running out of the pocket and getting yards like a rusher. So I don't really understand why they don't pull a couple more stunts and have, Bosa turn, go around Hargrave and come from the inside and stuff. Just confuse the offensive lineman. I hope we see that more. I mean, we'll talk about the preview podcast. Jared Goff, he's not good with pressure. Once you hit that guy, he'll make some mistakes. So it will be very important for the next game to really crank up that pressure. Just let these pass rushers go at them. Hargrave, Bosa, Young, everybody. You know, forget about containing. I want some sacks. So I was totally off. I thought Bosa would have a good game. He had 0 sacks, but he did create that interception, right? You
Yeah,
know
at the
who?
end.
You're the one who told me. You noticed that the last play of the game, for the Packers at least, Jordan Love was pressured by Bosa. He threw it across his body to the left, and you're never supposed to do that as a quarterback. Throw across your body across the field. That gives time for the defense to get to it, and that's what uh, Dre Greenlaw did. So intercepted that baby. So yeah, um, yeah. So like you were talking about, no sacks. This defense was built on a D line, so uh, I expect some sacks next next game. You know, we need to have it. Needs to pressure and sacks. Big time.
Also, I just want to point out John Feliciano. He's coming big for the offensive line.
Uh huh.
Spencer Burford. He wasn't playing well, and so is Aaron Banks. He's not playing well, and he stepped in for right guard and left guard. Currently playing more right guard,
Uh huh.
left
Yeah.
guard.
Yeah. He had a 79.9 PFF grade.
That's really good.
Really good. He's top five, third best in the team on offense with the 79.9. So that's really good. Um, Aaron Banks has not played so well, so I would say, hey, move him to left guard and put Burford in. I don't know how Burford did. Maybe not terribly, but I don't know. That's an option, but I don't think it's going to happen. Shanahan likes his guys where they're at. He sticks with them, so I'm sure it's going to be Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Brendel, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Feliciano starts at right guard then.
Yeah, and then we drafted right tackle.
Okay, yeah. Talk about the draft. Totally right tackle. Although we should check on McKivitz' PFF grade and things like that and see how he's been doing. Because you haven't heard much from him either, so that's a good thing too.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of like
Yeah,
been kind of
I really
invisible.
don't remember many flags of him though.
I haven't heard from him for a while. I almost forget about him. He's probably the least talked about offensive player, next to Brendo actually too. The guards and Trent Williams we talk about all the time.
Trent Williams
McKivitz,
gets the most flags, but he's like one of the best in the league.
yeah. Well, that was shoving that guy supposedly. Right? That guy flopped. Just want to say that he flopped, but he did a good flop. So
Yeah, but Trent Williams, he has not lost sack this season. Knock on
what?
wood.
No way.
He has 0 sacks.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's great. All right. So I guess that's about it, huh? Anything else you want to add?
Uh, I guess Lions, Niners next week on Sunday
Yeah, that's right. Oh man.
or
Okay.
this week.
Are you how you feeling about it? Just offhand.
Just nervous.
Well, we were nervous about the Packers.
Nervous about like
Yeah.
a lot of games, but we've been in the Edge Championship a lot of times. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose a third straight.
Yeah, this is the third straight NFC championship, right? This is we did the Rams, the Eagles, and this time we're gonna play the Lions, who had the best same record as we did at the regular season. I heard golf is pretty hot. That's the thing, is like they're hot, we're not. I really hope we can, flip that switch and get back to playing 49er football.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, we were playing great football during the season. We gotta. I mean, I hope that was all rust and maybe wet weather or something, whatever it may be. But let's let's get back to what we do.
and
And
apparently it's not gonna rain on the
Oh
game.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay. Forecast, yeah. Forecast no rain, nowhere in sight for days. So I think Wednesday there's rain tomorrow on Wednesday, and then that's it. I don't know how much rain's gonna fall Wednesday, but that's it. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing. Knock on wood. no, no precipitation. So very important. You're right. Okay. All right. Well, that's about it, huh?
Yeah. Well, that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.